I'd like to welcome everyone to the regular scheduled meeting of the Lufkin City Council. For you guys standing in the back, we have some more seats over here if you want to sit down, or welcome to stand up. And we won't keep you guys here. After the presentations, you can head out, so don't feel bad if you sit up close, Cody, and you want to head out after the presentation.
Is there some leadership? Yeah.
Do it.
Some leadership left.
Okay.
Robert hasn't spit in a long time. It'll be fine.
So we're going to start this evening with our invocation. Mike, would you lead us in our invocation?
We give thanks, Heavenly Father, once again for this country, this state, and the city in which we live, for the freedoms that we are allowed, that we can always assemble in government and in the public assembly of the citizens of this city and this county, that we may do so uninterrupted by foreign governments. Let us always remember the sacrifices that were made that we have these freedoms. Heavenly Father, we also give thanks this evening that we can recognize those of our fire department that have come forward and are continuing to go up the ladder to do those things, to continue to help make this city strong and safe in the fire department. We likewise give thanks for those in our law enforcement that continue to take care of this city and this county. As we go through this meeting, we get this council and the leaders its knowledge and wisdom to make those decisions that are in the best interest of this community and the people that they serve. It will be those things of the best benefit to continue to make this community grow and be successful in all endeavors. We ask now that you watch over us in all things that we do that are right. In Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen. I understand we have some Leadership Lufkin classmates with us this evening. You guys want to stand up, tell us where you're from, your name and where you're from?
Originally moving from DFW, but I live in Lufkin.
Perfect.
Hi, I'm Madison. I work with an Everything American from Houston. I'm Mariah. I work for Finance Financial Services, and I'm from Houston.
Sam Damiani with Overseas Hardware Company. Just moved here from Houston.
My name is Scott Morgan. I work for Commercial Bank of Texas, and I live in Lufkin.
Maddie Cooper with the Chamber of Commerce, and I'm born and raised from Lufkin.
Nikki Downs, Southside Bank, and I'm from Dowell.
Igor Busakov, Navalai, and Lisa.
Great, very good. Thank you all for being here this evening. We're now going to move to the public comment portion of our meeting. Members of the public wishing to speak on an agenda item that is not the subject of a public hearing may do so during the public comment portion of the meeting. Please approach the podium, state your name, and identify the agenda item you wish to address. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per speaker. City Council members will not engage in discussion or respond to comments during this time. However, all comments will be considered during deliberations. So if there's anyone here this evening wishing to make a public comment, you may do so at this time. All right, there being no one, we're going to close the public comment portion of the meeting, and we're going to move to special presentations this evening. We're going to start with the Lufkin Fire Department.
Mayor, members of the council, it's my privilege this evening to recognize 3 outstanding members of the Lufkin Fire Department. 2 are being promoted to the rank of captain, and 1 to the rank of driver operator. These promotions are the result of significant preparation and dedication. Candidates study more than 2,000 pages of material covering fireground strategies, management in the fire service, becoming a leader of character, along with approximately 900 pages of department policies, procedures, and protocols. Countless hours are invested to read, understand, and apply these principles in service to the citizens of Lufkin. We'll start with Marcus Manning. Marcus Manning joined the department in August of 2020. He was promoted to driver operator in September of 24 and is now advancing to captain. Captain Manning is an intermediate firefighter, paramedic, and a fire inspector. He will serve in fire administration as the EMS coordinator. Next, we have Brock Polino. Brock Polino began his service with the City of Lufkin Fire Department in June of 2018. He advanced to driver operator in April of 25 and now steps into the rank of captain. Captain Polino holds an associate's degree as an intermediate firefighter, paramedic, and a fire inspector. He also serves on the special operations team. He now leads Station 2 on A shift as a captain. Hunter Gerard. Mr. Gerard began his service on February 22nd of 2022. He was promoted to driver operator in October of 26. Gerard is an intermediate firefighter, paramedic, a fire inspector, and also a member of our special operations team. He's assigned to Fire Station 4 on B shift. All three of these individuals have demonstrated dedication, professionalism, and leadership throughout their careers.
All right, next up, we have the Lufkin Police Department.
Mayor Hicks and council members, this evening I have the honor of recognizing the promotion of Captain Bob Scott. The department's promotional system is a rigorous process designed to identify and elevate the strongest leaders, which solidifies the professionalism and future of our agency. To be considered for promotion, each officer is required to successfully complete the department's physical readiness test, pass a comprehensive written exam, and pass a graded assessment process and interview board comprised of Lufkin Police Department personnel and board members from outside our agency. This evening, the Lufkin Police Department is proud to recognize Captain Scott's achievement and officially present him with his captain's badge. The captain's badge is a symbol of his leadership and commitment to the Lufkin Police Department and the citizens of the city of Lufkin. This promotion is not given lightly and is the result of hard work and sacrifice and commitment for excellence in public service. With promotion comes increased responsibility. As a leader of this department, you will be setting the standard for those who follow you and guide the future of our department. I would like to ask Jennifer, Bob's wife, to come forward to take part in the pinning ceremony. Jennifer, your support, patience, and sacrifice make it possible for a man like Bob to serve this community every day. This achievement belongs to you as well. If you would, go ahead and pin Bob.
Don't miss.
Mayor Hicks and council members, please join me in congratulating Bob Scott on his well-deserved promotion. Bob, I'm proud of you and look forward to your continued leadership and service for the city of Lufkin.
On behalf of the City Council and the citizens of Lufkin, I'd like to congratulate you again on a well-earned promotion. We appreciate everything that you all do each and every day to protect this community, keep our citizens safe, and you do it with pride and professionalism. We appreciate it, and we know how hard you work, and you keep the city looking good, and you make us look good, and we appreciate that very much. I also want to thank you for your commitment and dedication, leadership, and sacrifices you and your families make to keep our community safe. We're proud and grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you.
Yes.
At this time, you guys are dismissed. You don't have to hang out for this meeting unless you just want to. All right, next up, we have our annual delinquent collection services report presented by James Guest with Linebarger.
Thank you, Mayor, City Council. It's nice to be with you again. Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. My name is James Guest. I am your lead attorney from the Linebarger Law Firm. We collect your delinquent account receivables, ad valorem taxes, and also municipal fees and fines. Today, I have with me Ms. Ashley Joyner. She's our area manager here for Angelina County, and also Ms. Kelsey Hewlett. And she's our file manager here in Angelina County and City of Lufkin. They do a tremendous amount of work on behalf of the city. They're only here in Angelina County. Of course, our office is here, located not too far from City Hall. The report tonight is actually 3 reports. The first report is the collections over our last collection performance period, which begins on July 1 through June 30th. So it'll start July 1 of 2025 and go through June 30th of 2026. The report is also in the escalation of our litigation program, and which always begins with our mailings. If you turn the page to the mailings, we mail out on every single account 7 times a year. I say every single account. We'll go down to about $5. So there are some accounts that we will not mail on. But each of those letters throughout the year increase with the tone. As you can see here, notice of lien, notice of foreclosure, all the way through notice of potential seizure and litigation. During this time period, we mailed out 4,825 notice letters on the delinquent tax accounts. This does not include our specific letters on accounts that we will mail when we have a certain strategy of putting together accounts that we are targeting specifically for litigation. But when the mailings do not receive the responses that we need, then we'll move on to litigation. We'll file lawsuits, of course. And if you turn the page, during this time period, we filed 44 petitions against 69 different accounts. We are also currently working 69 lawsuits that are pending on 89 other accounts. We dismissed during this time frame 20 lawsuits. That means that those accounts are paid in full. We took 31 lawsuits to trial for just over $234,000 in delinquent taxes, and we've released 7 judgments for just over $24,000. For business personal property, we will abstract those judgments and they will sit out there until the business is able to pay those in full. So if you turn the page, once we take an account to trial, so it takes about 15 minutes to file a lawsuit. It takes about 1.5 years to actually work that all the way through trial. That's on average. And once we have a judgment on that particular account, then we can sell the property. During this reporting period, we sold 38 tracts for a little over $236,000 of taxes, penalties, and interest. You'll see a QR code here. You can use your phone. It'll take you to our website, which will list the different properties for sale. You can also search neighboring counties. Linebarger is the largest in the state for what we do, and so you can also browse other neighboring counties that we represent as well. If you turn the page, our top 15 delinquent accounts are here. We did redact the names for the open meeting. Those names are available to you. I'd like to point out that almost half of your top 15 are either under bankruptcy or deferral. Deferral is when a homeowner is entitled to a remedy to defer their taxes when they are either disabled or over 65. If they're disabled, receiving federal disability funds. And so we want to make sure we protect those homeowners. If they are entitled to that, we'll help them apply for those at the appraisal district. That will also reduce the amount of penalties and interest that they'll have to pay. And again, we sell a lot of properties here for the city and in the county in particular, but we're really trying to pursue those accounts that are abandoned, trying to get those back on the tax roll. We want to protect our homeowners. If you turn the page, Here's our status of accounts. So if you take your whole delinquent tax roll and put it in a pie chart, as you'll see, a lot of those accounts are not available today. So again, the deferrals, bankruptcies, as you can see on the pie chart, there's over almost 30% of your roll is currently under deferral. And again, that means that we're not able to collect that today, but at some point in the future we will. The bad address, return mail, unknown owners, this is where the owners have either passed away or they've moved and have not updated the appraisal district with their information. Our firm has very specific and technical skip tracing technology to locate these individuals. Oftentimes it requires the lawsuits, and it's not uncommon to have 70+ defendants or heirs in those lawsuits. So it takes a lot of work to get those properties back on the roll. Your active collections, these are accounts that have no other hold codes, and so oftentimes these accounts are very small, minimal amounts. We take that into consideration as well when we are filing a lawsuit. Of course, we're looking at top dollar down, but we are also looking at those accounts where we have interested buyers. So we encourage the public to notify us if there is a property that they are interested in. When we file a lawsuit, that typically will add $1,000 to $1,500 to the total bill. So oftentimes it's not equitable to file on a $500 account if it's going to increase it by that much. However, if a property is abandoned, or if there's an interested buyer, or if the city is interested in us cleaning up a property, then by all means we will pursue those accounts. So if you turn the page to all collections, this is a 4-year collection comparison chart. And as you can see, every year, year over year, collections is increasing. That even includes with the exemptions that have been passed over the years. 24 and 25 was a little bit of an anomaly. We had the Lufkin Mall. There was a dispute between a purchaser and a buyer. Of course, they wanted us to hold off through litigation, but because of our schools and, Lufkin IC really needed the money, the city, we really held firm, and we were able to obtain payment for those taxes. And that was again in November of 2024. So, but otherwise, every year it is steadily increasing. So the next part of this report is going to be, I'm going to review the turnover amounts. So the turnover amounts are your current year taxes that are given to us in July. So tax bills that went out in October of last year, those taxes are delinquent on February 1st, and the property tax code allows us to begin collections on July 1. So those 2025 delinquent taxes were just turned over to us last month. And I'm not going to read every paragraph on here. I'm just going to read the highlights. So on July 10th of this year, we mailed a little over 1,500 letters for just over $1 million in base taxes and penalties and interest. If you look for the 2025 delinquent turnover that was provided to us on July 1st, was 1,789 accounts for a little over $517,000. Again, that was base tax. Below that, from last year, it was fewer accounts last year and less money last year as well. There's 1,724 accounts with just over $465,000. And that's, again, base tax only. If you turn the page, if you take your entire delinquent tax roll, you have 2,289 accounts for just under $1.4 million. And again, that's base tax only. So, and remember, a third of that is under deferral, and there's also a smaller percentage under bankruptcy. There's some other information here if you're interested in how we conduct a work plan. When we receive that turnover account in July, we will review your roll, and again, we will come up with a strategy on and target specific accounts. So in conclusion of both the collection and the turnover report, it's hard to quantify all the work that we do on behalf of the city. The letters, again, is what promotes most of the communication we have with the public. But taxes is not the only service that we provide. We also provide municipal court fees and fine account receivable collections. And There's about 2 pages here with that report, and I just want to hit a few of those highlights for you. We collect a lot more money in municipal fees and fines than we do in delinquent property taxes. So over the life of the contract, which I believe we're about 8 years now, the city has assigned a little over $15 million, $15,132,609 to the firm. And we have resolved $5,603, almost $5,604,000. So almost a third of that. So we have a resolution rate of almost 29%. In the month of July alone, we resolved a little over $106,000 on behalf of the city. We collected $85,538. So that's money in hand. Again, these are fees that are passed on to the defendants and also the delinquent taxpayers. So our tax-paying citizens do not pay our fees. This is a contingency fee, and it's a very big benefit for both our entities and our taxpayers. So with that, are there any questions regarding municipal collections or tax collections?
I just have one quick question, if I could, Mr. Mayor and Mr. Guest. On the page that you were speaking of the status of accounts, and it states that $249,576 for bad address return mail. My curiosity is that the amount of money that was spent for postage and processing alone for mail?
No, ma'am, that is the amount of money that is outstanding. So
Outstanding,
that's
okay.
base taxes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. And do you find, within our 6 wards that we have here, do you find that one area of Lufkin has more judgments than the other, or are they pretty much equally sparse or spread across the city?
That is a great question. More lawsuits are filed within the city of Lufkin just due to the sheer size of Lufkin ISD being one, and not necessarily the city of Lufkin, but most of the delinquent accounts within the county belong to Lufkin ISD, also the college and the county. So a lot of the taxes that are delinquent, if you will, are here within this regional area. But we are, again, pursuing countywide. So, but I couldn't tell you specifically without reviewing, some of our data, and we definitely can drill down and let you know kind of regionally where maybe some of those judgments are put. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, I was just curious because if, say for instance, if we had Ward 7, I know we only have 6 wards, but in Ward 7 that, say, over 50% of the people who lived in that area had issues with arrears. So maybe there would be an opportunity to provide education in Ward 7 to teach them what they need to do in order to be able to retain and maintain their properties and so forth. So that's why I was wondering if there are any wards that are more highly influenced than others.
Well, that's a great point. Part of our job is to, educate the taxpayers when they call our office. We encourage that. We want to hear from the public, and we'll spend as much time. That's another, the way that the contingencies fees work through the Texas Property Code. We can spend as much time with taxpayers so they can understand their remedies. We want to be a help to them, so we are providing that public service to be able to keep them informed. And so we haven't necessarily had a town hall meeting, but we would be open and willing to have an open discussion with people, or the public would like to know more about tax sales, or just kind of what their rights and remedies are. So
Gotcha. I'll follow up with you. Thank you so very much.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely. Great question. Thank you.
Sure.
Any other questions of Mr. Guest? All right, thanks, sir. Appreciate your time.
Thank you, Mayor. Council, thank you.
All right, next up, we have the consent agenda.
Make a motion to approve consent agenda.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. On to the business agenda. Item number 2, public hearing and first reading. Consider a zone change for 1609 Sunrise Avenue from residential small to manufactured dwelling. Mr. Gee?
The applicant's requesting a zone change for one lot. It's approximately .22 acres located on the north side of Sunrise Avenue. This lot is approximately 180 feet east of Dale Street. The property is currently vacant. They've stated the purpose is to place a manufactured dwelling on the property. As you can see on the map, properties to the north, east, and west are zoned residential small and are either vacant or developed with single-family homes. Properties south of the site across Sunrise Avenue are zoned manufactured dwelling and are likewise vacant or developed with single-family residences. Overall, the surrounding area is predominantly characterized by site-built homes. Our comprehensive plan future land use map shows it to be high-density residential area. Staff mailed 13 notices to property owners within 200 feet of the property, receiving 2 letters in opposition to the request. Those are included in your packet, both citing concerns with compatibility of the requested change with the existing character of the area. Planning and Zoning heard this item on August 10th. They recommended denial of this zone change request. An affirmative vote of at least 3/4 of the City Council is required to overrule the recommendation of Planning and Zoning Commission for this proposed change. Staff recommends council conduct a public hearing and consider this item.
All right, this is a public hearing. If you wish to speak on this item, you may step forward at this time.
Good afternoon, Commissioners, Mayor. It's a pleasure to be in front of you this afternoon. I come to respectfully deny.
Ma'am, could you give us your name real quick?
Oh, I am so
That's
sorry.
okay. No
Hey, I am Brenda Tankersley. I live at 1005 Cunningham Drive, and you will see why I have an interest in this rezoning. This is inconsistent with the existing residential small neighborhood and the city's long-term plan. This area has been developed for small site-build homes, single-family homes, and changing the zoning for one property would alter the established character of the neighborhood and set a precedent for other requests of the same. I believe any changes to zoning should benefit the whole community as a whole and not just a single property. Now, I grew up in the Lufkin land area. This home here, I raised my 3 kids in this house, which is 1600 Sunrise. This middle home, I own it. This home is 1604, where they want to establish a manufactured mobile housing or manufactured housing. Now, take a look at that on the last picture. It's out of place. It's totally out of place. Down Sunrise and over the hill, there are beautiful brick homes. When I go through Sunrise, I'm proud of what I see. And I don't want this street changed with manufactured houses. Thank you for your time. I appreciate your consideration for this matter.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ms. Tankersley.
Hello, City Council. My name is Enrique Montillo. That property that's must be converted 1609 Sunrise, that is my mom's property right now. We got family who comes from Houston, single mother, 5 kids, father passed away. We want to change the property from residential to a mobile home or manufactured because, well, we're trying to help out family. Houston, overpopulated, everything's expensive. Over here, it's more peaceful. The kids can grow up more calmly. Y'all know the crime rate, how it is over there. Over here, it's more enjoyable, more how it is. I understand her complaints of like not wanting to change the way it is. I would be almost similar. But at the same time, we want to help out family. We want more people here that we know, will improve the community. Well, we're not going to be bringing in just like any dilapidated manufactured home. It'll be one of a newer model. We'll buy one, like I said, like a 2025, 2026. We'll pay, we want something nice for them. We want to help our family. We want to improve the community. We're not just going to, like I said, destroy it, make it worse. There are properties around it that are dilapidated. They got destroyed. They got demolished. There's some grown grass. We want to improve it. We want to help out our family, help Lufkin bring more people, nicer, improve what's already here. Now, this is mainly a whole thing that we just want to do for our family. Like I understand her concerns, I understand everything that's going on, but we would be grateful for that change so that way we can bring them here. Like I said, she's a single mother. She's working nonstop to help support her kids. All of them under the age of 18, so she's trying to maintain them by themselves. They're all going to school. What can they do? They can't go to work to help out, pay a house. They can't. So us doing this is at least something to get that weight off her shoulders. So that's the main thing I want to say here.
Thank you.
Very good. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Is there anyone else? All right, we're going to close the public hearing and move to comments from the council.
I'm curious, I apologize for not knowing what ward the street is in.
That's
What's
Ward
that
2.
Ward 2?
That's Ward 2.
Okay.
Do we have the dimensions, the size of the property?
0.22 acres, I think it said.
The property currently meets the residential small zoning district standards, which requires a 60 by 100 lot, so 6,000 square feet. Elaine Heldon, city planner.
Is this a mobile home or like some of these manufactured houses look just like a house, but they're called a manufactured home?
Yeah, so the city, we have a distinction between manufactured dwelling and what we call industrialized housing or modular housing. Manufactured housing is built to HUD standards. Our industrialized housing or modular housing is built to our local building code. So they look similar, but they're built to a different standard and they have different requirements for foundation and placing. For industrialized housing, we make sure that whatever home that they're proposing is similar in character and value to the other homes in the area. Those rules don't apply to manufactured dwelling. So in this case, they are proposing manufactured dwelling, which is different than, like I said, the modular industrialized housing that we allow by right in single-family zoning districts.
So is this like a mobile home? They're going to pull over there?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So is there any other mobile homes in that area at the moment?
Not on the street, no, sir.
To restate what Mr. Shankle said, are there any mobile homes in the area of Sunrise? So whether it be a street behind it or in front of it, are there any in that area that you're aware of?
The area that we surveyed, which was Sunset Street and then the parallel streets, I did not see any mobile homes, existing mobile homes in the area, no ma'am.
Okay.
But as you get farther out, a couple streets over, there are some, but in that general area, like I said, for Sunrise and then the parallel streets that run north and south, we didn't see any existing mobile homes.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. So do we have a motion to approve this item?
I make a motion that we adhere to the P&Z recommendation to not approve the zone change for a one piece of property in an area where it's,
Okay. So basically, you're making a motion to deny.
yes.
All right.
I'll second that motion.
So we have a motion and a second to deny the zone change. Any further discussion on this item? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. All right, item number 3, public hearing and first reading, consider a zone change for 104 Whippoorwill Drive from residential large to residential medium and update the future land use map.
For this item, the applicant's requesting a zone change for one lot. This lot's approximately .79 acres. It's located on the northeast corner of Whippoorwill Drive and Howard Avenue. Currently vacant. The property is currently vacant. The applicant stated the purpose would be to develop future single-family homes. Property to the east, west, and south is zoned residential large. You can see the white zoning on that previous slide, with property to the north having a mix of residential large and residential small. While there is residential small zoning in close proximity, the overall area is primarily residential homes with an average lot size of 39,000 square feet, roughly 0.9 acres, with dwellings around 1,600 square feet in size. The residential medium district allows for a minimum lot size of 6,000 and a minimum dwelling size of 850. Those are our minimum standards for residential medium zoning. The staff has mailed 12 notices to properties within the 200-foot buffer. To date, no letters in opposition or a favor of the request have been received. The Planning and Zoning Commission heard this item on August 10th and recommended approval of the request with the condition as minimum dwelling size would comply with residential large zoning, which is around 1,200 square feet. Staff recommends council conduct a public hearing and consider approval of the zone change request.
All right, this is a public hearing. If you wish to speak on this item, you may step forward at this time.
Michael Parker on behalf of the applicant. I'm here to answer any questions you have. One other thing about this is the land will only allow for 3 lots, even if you put it residential medium. And doing that, those 3 lots with the layout, you would still have the square footage of the land being over the requirement of what a residential lot would have. So they would have not only the minimum size of a residential house required with the stipulation that was made, but the land itself, they would have the same minimums over the minimum stipulation of land for each lot. So that would keep any lot sizes from being less than what residential would have. So it would be mostly residential appearance with the land and the house. But any questions that you have, I'll be happy to take.
Is that the reasoning behind the zone change to subdivide this into 3 lots?
I'm sorry?
Is the reasoning behind the zone change to subdivide this into 3 lots?
Yes. They wanted to get 3 lots. They were shy by about 20 feet to get 2 lots. And so the owner was quite ready to stipulate on the size of the house, and of course the land's there. There wasn't any problem getting the land minimum residential large. It was just the width. If we could have had less depth and more width, we'd still been able to do it because the land was all there.
Very good. Thanks, sir. Anyone else? All right, we're going to close public hearing, move to comments from the council.
And there's been no opposition still?
That's my understanding, no opposition,
That's
is
what I
that
was going to
correct?
ask. No opposition?
Correct. No opposition.
Okay. I make a motion to approve it.
I second it.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 4, public hearing and resolution authorizing the acceptance of the fiscal year 2025 Edward Byrne Justice Grant for the Police Department.
Back in April, we authorized application for a grant in the amount of $15,827 for the police department. We've been notified that it has been awarded this funding. These funds will be utilized for law enforcement related needs such as equipment, technology, and training. Resolution that's before you designates the Chief of Police, Travis Brazel, or his designee as the authorized agent for the grant. Acceptance of this funding requires a public comment period and approval of the resolution. So staff recommends council conduct a public hearing and consider approval of the resolution.
All right, this too is a public hearing. If you wish to speak on this item, you may do so at this time. There being no one, we're going to close public hearing and move to comments from the council.
I move we accept this funding.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. I wish we could make a motion just to accept all future Edward Byrne. Robert, how many times have we approved this?
Where's Dale? Can we do that?
We will approve any money given to the police department. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I must be doing a good job to continue to receive the grant. All right, item number 5, first reading, a budget amendment number 6, appropriate the Edward Byrne Justice Grant funds for the police department.
Now that
Mr.
we've
Gee?
received the grant, we need a budget amendment to allocate it to their budget so the police can get to it this fiscal year.
Very good.
So move.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 6, second reading, adopt regulations and penalties for commercial filming and media production in the city. Mr. Gee?
As we covered before, this ordinance establishes a permitting process governing filming in public spaces, roadways, things like that. Passing this ordinance gives the city clear, consistent rules and helps support our application for the Texas Film Friendly Community designation from the Texas Film Festival. We recommend approval.
Thanks, sir.
Make a motion to approve it.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 7, second reading, amend the police department classification plan. Mr. Gee?
Recently, we had a posting for a patrol lieutenant promotion process, and no eligible candidates applied. As we discussed last meeting, Chief Brazel considered that vacancy and evaluated staffing needs within that division and identified the recruiting and retention officer as a higher priority. Because of this, he is recommending police department staffing reclassify one patrol lieutenant position into a recruiting and retention officer. This change supports the operations and the overall betterment of municipal services. Because there is no active patrol lieutenant on the list, this reclassification will not result in any demotion or reduce the department's total authorized officer count. Staff recommends council consider approval of this resolution.
Thank you.
Ordinance.
Mr. Gee?
There no ordinance.
So we have a motion and a second.
Second. Did we have a
I'm
second?
sorry, I didn't hear you guys.
No, I didn't. I don't know if anyone
you
did.
made a motion?
but then
Yeah.
I thought I missed it.
Second going to come from the right or the left tonight?
Right.
Right.
Right. So we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? All in favor, please say aye. Aye. Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 8, approve the police department meet and confer agreement. Mr. Gee?
So Texas Local Government Code, Chapter 142, permits a meet and confer agreement with police groups and fire groups. That approves them to meet with designated management teams discussing employment matters such as wages, benefits, and working conditions. The City of Lufkin and the Lufkin Police Association are currently under a meet and confer agreement running from October 1 through September 30th of 2026. The attached proposed meet and confer agreement has been negotiated between myself and the Police Association representatives and passed by the association members in their recent vote. So this revised agreement reflects changes to the rank structure that y'all have heard about. You know, the titles going from corporal to sergeant, sergeant to lieutenant, lieutenant to captain. It changes section 4.02, making eligible prior service for consideration of promotion to include the probationary period. And the probationary period will be used in the length of service, determining their eligibility for promotion. Right now, that first year or until they retain civil service status can't be counted in their years of service for promotion consideration. This agreement would become effective October 1st upon ratification and approval by council, and staff recommends approval of this meet and confer agreement between the City of Lufkin and the Lufkin Police Association.
Thank you, Mr. Gee.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Question?
Yep.
And had I had my appointment with you today, I would have already had this answer, so I apologize. LPA, the association, is that similar to a union as well, or is it something different?
I would say it's slightly different.
Okay.
It is similar to a union in that it's a collective effort of the members to promote a common purpose for the police officers and the members in that union.
Got it. And they're just local?
Local, just Lufkin Association.
Okay.
So.
Thank you.
All right, so we have a motion, I think there's a second. All right, any further discussion on this item? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Award the Texas CDBG contract for the Forest Park sewer improvements. Mr. Gee.
We received bids on August 11th for the Forest Park Boulevard Sewer Improvements Project. This includes replacement and repair of the sewer collection system in that area, in that Forest Park area. Complete tabulation of the bids included in your packet for reference. Irbaran Inc. Corp. submitted the lowest total bid in the amount of $433,786.10. Now, this contractor has successfully completed projects of similar scope for the City of Lufkin and other cities. The engineer for this project, Jed Morris with GLS, is here. For any questions y'all may have, he is recommending contract award of the base bid and the additive alternates. This project is funded, the good news, it's funded through a $500,000 grant awarded by the Texas Department of Agriculture, and the city's required match is $75,000, which is appropriated from our Water and Wastewater Renewal Fund. Staff recommends council award the contract to Irbaran Inc. Corporation in the amount of $433,786.10.
All righty. Just need a motion and a second.
Second.
Any further discussion on this item? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 10, first reading of budget amendment number 5, appropriate funds to repair 2 cross culverts at Allendale and Jefferson Streets. Mr.
So
Gee.
part of our current budget in Fund 300, our construction fund, includes culvert repair and replacement on Allendale and Jefferson. The budget for that was $66,000. After street department's further analysis and getting with suppliers and other contractors that could perform the work, the low price came in at $80,633.33. With that shortfall, we're coming to you asking for amendment to appropriate funds within Fund 300, appropriate an additional $16,000 to cover the total price on that project.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Very good. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 11, take a record vote to propose the city's tax rate and authorize publication of the required public hearing notice.
So this item is a procedural step in the property tax rate process. Council's being asked to take a record vote to propose the city's published tax rate for the 26 tax year. After approval, our finance director will be authorized to publish the required notice of public hearing on tax increase that's required by the legislation. Because this item comes before our hearing and discussion on the tax rate and budget, which is our September meetings, it can be confusing. Some cities choose to publish the maximum possible rate, which would be like your voter approval rate, the maximum you could, as just a council, approve. That would be 57.9 cents per $100 valuation. As I stated in the budget workshop earlier this year, I plan on presenting to y'all a balanced budget using the current tax rate. That's my intent in their September meetings. However, until that point, there are a few items that are not finalized, and that could affect the proposed tax rate. So, for reference, for next year, the calculated no new revenue rate is $0.499 per $100 valuation, and the voter approval rate is, like we said, 57.8 cents per $100. So the fact that any rate that we approve is above that no new revenue rate, we have to go through this step to publish a tax rate. I'm initially proposing a rate of 55 cents per $100 valuation, which is higher than the no new revenue rate by 5 cents or roughly 10%. Now, this published rate can vary anything up to the voter approval rate, which would be the maximum that we could do as a council. So I recommend some discussion. I expect some questions as we look at approving a proposed tax rate to publish and take a record vote on that published rate for our September hearing.
So
Yes, sir.
what we're, Mayor, or what we're going to approve really is just for publication rate, and we're not approving a final rate that's what it's going to be.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
It's my understanding that legislation was put in place to give additional notice to the public.
Okay.
That, while the tax rate is maybe the same as the previous year, due to valuations and things, the net levy will be more, and therefore it's considered a tax increase by them, and you notice to the public that there is a proposed tax increase.
But
So
again,
the
it is
current-
procedural only. I think that's
Correct.
important
It's
to.
not approving it as a final tax rate. It's
Yeah,
not
for
adopting
reporting
it. Yeah.
purposes.
So the current
This is
tax
just a
rate-
procedure that we have to have, because in September, we are going to have a discussion on tax rate.
Yes.
Yes,
And
okay.
along with the budget.
But the
Yep.
current tax rate is
52.
52.
So 5.528215 is our current tax rate.
Yeah, okay.
We could publish that as our proposed tax rate.
But even publishing anything higher, we still come to the table in September and make our decision.
Yes.
Yeah. Just making sure it's clear. I make a motion, then,
I
go
think you should
ahead,
make
I'm
your
sorry.
motion, if you want to make a motion to say, explain it in the motion, the published tax rate, this is not.
Just publish.
Yeah, I make a motion, I say that in this?
Yeah.
Okay, I make a motion to approve this, but as a procedural, we are publishing this only. This is not a tax rate. We are not setting a higher tax rate or collecting more. This is just a procedure so that we can talk about this in September and give the public more notice right now. We are not doing anything with taxes right now. So I make a motion to approve that.
I second.
Hey, I need the tax rate.
Oh, the
Point
tax rate
55,
is
yeah.
What number?
hold on, I don't now see. You can't do
It's
that
a
to me.
record.
Okay, I'm making a motion for the 0.55 only to put out there right now that we then can discuss it in September.
All right, very good. So we need a roll call vote. Start down on this end, Mr.
Does
Price.
not mean that's what we're doing.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, that motion carries, was that 6-1? Yep. All righty, item number 12, set September 1st and September 15th as council meeting dates. The tax rate and fiscal year 2026, 2027 budget hearing and adoption. Mr. Gee.
Another publication requirement is establishing and putting notice in the paper of our public hearings for the purpose of establishing a tax rate and approval of our fiscal year budget for fiscal year 27. Staff recommends council establish September 1st and September 15th as the city council dates for the publication and conducting of those public hearings.
I move that we accept those two dates, September 1st and September 15th, 2026, as dates to conduct public hearings establishing the tax rate.
All right.
Second.
Very good. We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion on this item? All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? That motion carries. Item number 13, financial status report. Mr. Gee.
As typical with our second meeting of the month, your fund summaries are in the back. You can see how the revenues and expenses are doing on those funds. Being, we are 10 months through in the year. This is a 83% report on the budget. For one thing of note is our sales tax receipts in August. Our report came in and it showed an increase of 6.5% almost from last August compared month to month. For the year, we are 3.35% up for sales tax. So we're continuing to do well in sales tax, and that should reflect well in next year's budget and looking at the revenue that we have in reserve. So to going into next year.
All right, very good. Thank you. And then item number 14, project status report.
Same thing, project status for the major projects, and some that are just departmental are in your packet as well. They're too numerous to go over.
Very good, thank you. All right, we're now going to go into executive session per Government Code 551.072, discuss the value and potential sale of real property. 551.087, discuss economic development negotiations for projects Victory, Bullseye, Sled Rider, and Trinity. 551.074, discuss the city manager's annual evaluation. And this evening, there will be no formal action that is scheduled following the executive session. So at this time, 5:57, we're going to go into executive session, and we'll be back. Okay, the time is 6:51. We're back from executive session. No action was taken this evening. We're now adjourned.